Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Bongo, and this is a Domination gameplay on the map Launch, I think. And as you can see, I'm rocking the Golden AUG with a dual mag for the extra ammo. I also have Hardline, Sleight of Hand, and Hacker, all pro. As you can see, I am Prestige 15. That was done legitly. And this game is actually pretty entertaining. I end up getting 71 kills, and I think that's a lot for this size of the map. And for not using air support. Well, actually, I do use the attack helicopter, but you know that doesn't give very many kills. But anyways, this is a submission for Gaming for Sick Kids, and I wanted to bring awareness and help them out, and how important charity actually is. I mean, I myself, I don't exactly have a terminal illness. You know, knock on wood. Hopefully, I don't know why I have yet, but I will go into details on that in a sec. But charity, it's very important. I mean, if I didn't, or if I wasn't granted charity, I'd be around 100 grand in debt. And I'm very thankful every day for all the help I've gotten from family, friends, and the charities that granted me all this help. But basically, my story starts off. I started off with a cough around 2 years ago, and I never really wanted to go to the doctor, so I waited about 3 months to actually going. People kept convincing me to go. So I finally went in August. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but this started in May 2 years ago. So in August, I finally go to the doctor. At this point, I don't have insurance yet, so I end up going to one of these walk-in clinic type deals where you don't need an appointment and you don't need insurance. You just pay like $120 to see a doctor or whatever. So I go into one of those, and when they take me, they do the routine crap, you know, blood pressure, check your heart, your lungs, whatever. And when they check my blood pressure, apparently it's high, and then they start asking me questions like, does this run in your family, blah blah blah, have you had high blood pressure in the past? And it's all no, like, I've never had it before. My family doesn't have high blood pressure. So then they order a 24-hour urine test, and I do that one, and then I end up returning, and then they order a CAT scan, which I go and do, and after that I return again for the third time, and they tell me to go to or they refer me to a physician at a nearby hospital that's more well known, I guess. And when I go to him, he refers me to an endocrinologist, which is basically like, I guess, the study of endocrine and hormones and kidneys and diabetes and all this other stuff. But yeah, he refers me, so I have to get a ride downtown because at this point I got symptoms that don't really allow me to drive. I'm like dizzy and stuff. So it takes about a few weeks to actually get an appointment. And when I go down there, this guy orders a CAT scan, another CAT scan. I don't know why, but so he orders that, and they don't see anything. And then he tells me to go to a surgeon and talk to him, because the surgeon, apparently, he's done 1,000+ surgeries of this tumor, and he knows a lot about it. So I go to him, and then he refers me to another endocrinologist, and this lady I think she orders more urine tests, and then she orders an MIBG, which is basically like, they inject me with some kind of radioactive liquid, I guess. I really don't remember what it was. I didn't really bother asking what it was. You know, if a doctor tells me to eat crap, and I'll eat it if it helps me. But anyways, they do this test, and this liquid is supposed to, tumors attract this liquid, and it actually glows when they take the pictures of it. So they do this, and they actually see the tumor on the left adrenal gland. And then she orders another CT scan to see if she can see it. And this time she does end up seeing it, but she tells me she ends up needing not a microscope, but what is it called? A magnifying glass, because apparently it's like 8 by 5 millimeters, which is really small. And so she tells me this, and then she orders another urine test to see if the test or the results change any. And I end up doing that, and nothing changes. So I end up going back to the surgeon because they wanted to get me ready for surgery. But this guy, he's like, well, I don't think you have a few anymore because if your test results aren't high enough, then we don't want to risk taking out your adrenal gland because they'd have to take out the whole adrenal gland and then it would take a while. I mean, you do have two adrenal glands, but if you take one out, then your other one's going to have to work harder. So they didn't want to risk that yet until they were 100% sure that I actually had this tumor. So at this point, they told me to wait about 6 months and then they'll do another CAT scan and see if it grew any. And they'd probably do another urine test. But at this point, they send me to a pulmonary to get this cough checked out. And so I go to this guy, and he tells me I have post-nasal drip, and he tells me to do this spray for about a month or two and see if that helps. So I'm on that while waiting for the CAT scan, and nothing's helping. Not the spray for the cough, not the pills. I mean, the pills did control my blood pressure, but they didn't help my symptoms. So at this point, I'm just sitting in pain and discomfort and waiting for the 6 months to go by. Once it's time for the 6 months, they do the CAT scan, and again, it shows the same thing. It's a small tumor, whatever. So they don't bother doing the clonidine suppression test I mentioned, or I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but they were supposed to do one and they never did it because they didn't have any evidence to prove that I actually had this, and the clonidine suppression test would actually prove. Actually, it really wouldn't prove anything because if the tumor is small, it would come back as a negative. So anyways, they pretty much just drop me right there. They don't know what to do. They tell me go back to my normal physician, and that guy's a complete idiot. So I don't know what to do at this point. So I go to a cardiologist, and then he tells me to go to the hypertension clinic at University of Washington. Now when I get there, he sends me to an endocrinologist at the UW, and this guy does the clonidine suppression test. But we already knew it was going to be negative because if I did have this tumor, then it would come back negative because it's small, right? So it was no surprise there. We did the test. We go back to Dr. Ahmad, which is the hypertension clinic guy, and then he just starts doing more tests, more urine tests, more blood tests, whatever. He doesn't do another CT scan because he doesn't see a point to. But he ends up telling me I need to go to Mayo and see a neurologist there. And actually, I just got back about 3 days ago. Actually, Saturday I got back. But they did a bunch of tests, and they ruled out me having it's like an autonomic disease, basically like a nervous system. Anything wrong with my nervous system. I have nothing wrong with the neurology, so nothing's wrong with my brain, anything like that. But he thought I had this thing called POTS syndrome. I'm not really sure what it is. I mean, if you want, you can look it up. He said it was a new type of it just popped out like 10 years ago or something, but he thought I had that, and it turns out I don't. So when I was at Mayo, they told me to go back, get another CAT scan, and follow up on this tumor because they think I do have it. It's just if I do the urine test, if I'm not having a symptom while I'm peeing, then the test result's gonna come up low. So they told me to go back and focus on that. And that's basically where I'm at right now. I mean, 20 to 25 doctors later, 2 years, pretty much in the same spot. Now I'm just waiting for some follow-up appointments that are coming up in about 2 to 3 weeks. They ordered about 2 or 3 more CT scans, I think, so I'll do those. But yeah, video's coming to an end. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to know how my appointments go, I mean, let me know in comments, and I'll update you guys in my next videos. If you don't want to know, that's cool. It doesn't really bug me. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.